Hey everyone, Matt J. Doyle here with TAP Interviews and Team Easyway. I'm here with my very awesome guest, Katie Sullivan, who is an actress and comedian. How you doing, Katie?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So tell us a little bit about your acting career to start with.
Well, I just joined SAG last year. I've been doing some web series here and there. That's actually how I ended up getting my SAG eligibility a few years ago. I've been doing some background acting. I enjoy that because I can learn from the best. It's like you're getting paid to watch people who are the best ever at a
Mm,
craft, and you just get to watch them. And so I've been doing a little bit of that. I have been doing some stand up comedy, and my background's more in improv. So I'm kind of trying to make the switch. I miss having that gang of people to support me all the time. It's just
oh, yeah.
me up
Oh,
there
that's
by
awesome.
myself.
Yeah, so I remember when I first started in acting, I did some background work as well. I haven't done it for quite a while, though. I've been just working on speaking roles, which has been great. So, whereabouts did you go for improv training?
I went to RIP UCB in New York, is where
Hmm.
I did most of my training. I also trained at Improv Asylum in Boston for a while. Um, so,
And
and
how was
then
that experience?
it was a lot of fun. It was it was great community. Got to meet some really awesome people, and I just I'm blessed for the people I got to know and the relationships that I've built with them. So that was really
Mm,
great. And then I took some time out from acting for about 10 years and was a librarian. So
mm,
I'm just
yeah.
re-entering the
Oh,
acting game.
librarian, my God.
Yeah.
And getting back to your acting career, you just did a scene with me on The Artist Process, and we filmed it in separate locations because of social distancing. How did you find that experience?
I thought it was a lot of fun and a really creative way to do something fun and creative while we're in this lockdown situation. Um,
Yeah, I've worked out that that's a way I can keep my show going, The Artist Process, and also I can do this live streaming for this show, Tap Interviews, which is normally like red carpet and live interviews, but because of social distancing, we've had to stop doing that. But we're able to continue with these live streams, which is great.
yeah.
So yeah, so regarding the acting scene you did on The Artist Process, can you tell us a little bit about your character?
So my character was a woman who was separated from her boyfriend at the time because they were both quarantined but in different locations. So they were having a little bit of emotional problems because they weren't seeing eye to eye. He was really anxious to get out and get back to normal life, while my character, much like me, was using the time to sit back and reflect and see how she could improve upon herself as a person, and kind of encouraging her boyfriend to do the same.
Yeah. So is that what you've been doing during this social distancing? It's just what similar to your character?
Yeah, I'm trying to live in the moment and really appreciate what's this break, this time out to reassess my life, my choices, how I communicate with people, because we're changing how we communicate with people, and
Mm,
just really reflecting on where I want to go next and what I've done and where, kind of focusing on me and not having all that other noise of just daily life.
yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So I just want to ask you because I did a little bit of improv training as well, and I was wondering what was the number one rule they taught you?
Yes, and
Yeah, that's what they told me as well when I went to Groundlings. Yes,
oh,
and
I've always wanted to try groundlings. I might take classes with them once things open back up.
yeah, there's Groundlings and Second City are the two big ones in LA.
Yeah, I took a Second City intensive in Chicago
Mm.
at their Chicago location many many years ago, but it was a lot of fun.
Okay, well, so we've talked about the acting and the comedy, the comedic side of you. What are your, outside of that, what are your hobbies?
Well, I just got a puppy.
Oh,
He's my main hobby right now.
so cute.
Teaching him how to behave and be a
Mm,
good doggy, which he's being a really good doggy so far. And I also recently got married, so I'm learning to cook. Not because I got married, but because we're quarantined.
yeah, exactly.
uh,
Congratulations on getting married. Exactly when did that happen?
March 22nd. So we
This
were
year?
going yeah, we were planning a big ceremony in August, but since everything started crumbling, we didn't know if that was going to happen. So we just eloped in someone's backyard,
Oh
6
my
feet
God.
away from everyone. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
the one person officiating and one other person was halfway across the backyard.
Okay, good. So you were practicing social distancing.
We did.
That's good. Complying by the rules. Yeah. So how does it feel to be married?
It feels good. I'm really excited about it, and it's just like we're thinking about like going on a honeymoon to Maui and all of this fun stuff and having this big party with friends and family, but instead we have been hanging out with our dog and cooking spaghetti.
And what is the dog's name?
His name's Jasper.
Jasper.
Hmm.
And what is your husband's name?
His name is Dat.
Dan?
Dat, D-A-T.
Oh, Dat.
Yeah,
Jasper is the dog's name, and Dat is your husband's name.
correct.
And of course, your name is Katie.
My name is Katie. Yep.
Yeah. And talking about your name being Katie, I'm married as well. So I've been married since 2004, and we have a child called Katie.
Oh, that's funny. My
Yeah.
husband was kind of disappointed when he met me and realized that I was going to be his wife because he always wanted to name a daughter Katie.
Well, tell him that your friend Matt has a daughter named Katie, so that can be the daughter Katie that he was looking for.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'll
he got a
happily give her. I'll happily give her to you.
how old is she?
How old?
Yeah.
Now, 18.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So that's fantastic having a daughter named Katie, and I'll be happy to give her to you if you like. No, just kidding. So, what other roles have you had in acting besides the background work? Have you had any other speaking roles or?
I've worked a lot on writing. So I wrote a web series called Off Awful. It was about 5 years ago, but when it came
Mm.
time to film it, I had taken a job and was living in Aruba. So I didn't end up having a part and a speaking role in that. But then I've done a lot of theater. So that's more my background. I have an MFA in theater and with a focus in acting and directing. So
Great. And what was your favorite play?
it was, I really liked doing original stuff and then absurdism. For my thesis, I directed The Lesson, which is a really interesting play. But my favorite play, I never got to be a part of it, but it was very relevant recently, which is Rhinoceros. I don't know if you've ever read that play or seen that play, but it's interesting and everyone should read it.
Oh, yeah, I would love to see it. I haven't. It doesn't ring a bell. I don't think I've seen it. Is it called Rhinoceros?
Yes,
Oh, okay. And what is that about?
Nazis,
Oh,
but
okay.
as rhinoceroses.
Oh, okay. Sounds interesting.
It is. It's really interesting. And my favorite thing is the word rhinoceroses is proper.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's very awesome. All the things you're doing. Where can people find you online if they want to follow you or interact with you or get to know you better? Or
I'm on Instagram as Katie Ann Sullivan,
Mhm.
KatieAnn Sullivan, Sullivan, and I'm on Twitter at Quirky Katie.
Quirky Katie on Twitter.
Yep,
And what was the Instagram again?
Katie Ann Sullivan.
Katie Ann Sullivan for Instagram.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's fantastic. And, so we've done a scene together and we're doing this show together as well. And most likely we'll hopefully work again in the future too. So what was your favorite part of doing the scene that we did together?
Um, I liked I honestly liked the reacting part, because it was a challenge because you weren't actually on the other line. So
Mm.
I was reacting. My husband was reading the lines to me. So being able to react to someone who wasn't there was a fun challenge for me.
Yeah, I had the same thing, the interesting challenge. By the way, your husband did a great job, and you did a great job just with the way you did it, and you followed my instructions, and and made it easier to edit.
Yeah, he's very good with the technical stuff. He owns a lot of lighting and all of that stuff makes life a lot easier.
Okay, great. So, where do you hope to go in the future with your career as far as being an actress and a comedian?
I have always loved sitcoms. So,
Hmm.
like sitcoms are my joy. Watching them, I'd love to be on one eventually. Be a sitcom mom or wacky aunt that lives next door and is always being inappropriate with the teenagers.
Yeah, sounds interesting. What is your favorite sitcom of all time?
Oh, that's like asking me to choose a child.
Just,
I
just one of them.
Okay, I Will and Grace. I'll go with Will and Grace.
Oh, you really like Will and Grace? Yeah, that was a
Oh
good
yeah.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, it ended again recently. Like it tore out my heart twice. So
Oh, yeah. But it was a good show. Yeah, I enjoyed
yeah.
that show. Yeah, interesting storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could get an acting gig on a show like that, wouldn't that be great?
Oh, it would be amazing. I would
Yeah.
love it so much.
And what about for movies? What kind of movies would you like to do?
I'd really like to do independent movies. Just I feel like there's a lot of heart in them, and they come from a place of passion,
Hmm.
as opposed to a lot of the blockbusters. It's more about the cinematography and about the effects and all of that stuff, as opposed to just really good storytelling. And that's what I find in a lot of indie movies that I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, they're amazing. I love independent films or indie films. Just so much culture and just so much character and just the way they film them and everything is fantastic. Would you ever
Yeah.
like to do mainstream feature films as well? Or
I think, yeah, I mean, of course.
yeah,
Who
yeah,
wouldn't? But I I think I would prefer like a smaller part. I wouldn't want to be like the lead in one of those. It just seems so overwhelming.
yeah. It would be a lot of work.
Yeah.
I did get a role in an independent feature film, and it took a while to learn all the scenes. I had about 8 scenes in it,
Yeah.
and we filmed some of them, and then they just brought the movie. I believe they brought the movie out without doing all of the scenes, but somehow they edited it. And
Oh
I,
wow.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I'd like to see it.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So, what about as far as the theater goes? Have you thought about ever doing Broadway or?
I lived in New York for a while, and I'm a very weird type and I haven't found a lot of roles that fit me in like the American canon of theater. So I don't think that I really see myself there, just because I'm a little too weird. uh, yeah,
Okay. So yeah, so we've talked about pretty much everything. So thank you very much for coming on today, and thank you very much for working on the show, my other show, or our other show, The Artist Process. It was really interesting to talk to you. Is there anything? Sorry, do you have a message that you would like to give to the world right now?
no.
No.
Hi. My husband keeps doing like live streams and videos, and every time he asks for my contribution, I just say hi. It's my
Yeah.
catchphrase.
Just keep on keeping on.
You too. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Katie. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day. And let's keep in touch.
Great.
Okay. Bye bye. And can we see the dog one more time?
Of course.
Bye, Jasper, right?
Yeah, Jasper.
Bye, Jasper.
Hello.
And bye to Dad and bye to Katie. Bye-bye.
Bye.